Good morning and welcome to episode 87 of the Mugs Up Show, where today's topic will be called You Have Time. Now, before we get to today's episode, I feel it necessary to address why there was no episode yesterday, as yesterday was a Monday. And Mondays are usually the first episode of the week. Well, life just got in the fucking way yesterday. So, I did not do an episode yesterday. Now, most of the time, I don't have the life gets in the way excuse as to why I don't do an episode. It's been a handful of times since I started the show, but really, I reserve that excuse for when life really does get in the way and I have a day or a week that is just overwhelmingly crazier than most times. And, you know, those days or weeks that are like the absolute craziest days in the weeks of the year. Now, why I'm telling you this is because it's related to today's episode that I'm calling You Have Time. When I woke up this morning, I made my morning coffee, which I'm drinking about the third cup of now. Actually, let me back up a little bit. Okay, so I was planning on getting up at 6:30 this morning. My daughter Palmer, she decided to wake up at 4:30 this morning and cry and scream and yell. So I went and got her. I transferred her to Mommy, and Mommy went to work putting her back to bed. But at that point in time, I was fucking wide awake. And I thought, I can still get a couple hours of sleep if I get back in bed and try really hard. And so I laid down, and then it hit me like, Austin, today is the first day of the Trans-Texas virtual race. And today is the first day you're going to get back to running since November when you quit your 100K. And so maybe you should just get your ass on out of bed and get to fucking work right now on logging some miles. So that's what I did. Although I actually spent the first hour from about 4:30 to 5:30 doing my morning devotional, and I started journaling. It's something I've wanted to do for a while now, and I've tried several times, and I always quit like a weekend. And, this time might not be any different. I don't fucking know. We'll see what happens. But as I was journaling this morning, I was journaling about how last year I tried to complete this Trans-Texas virtual race, which is where you have 11 months to basically run across the state of Texas virtually. And it's like 1,500 miles or something like that. You got to average about 30 miles a week, which really is not a lot. But for me, a guy who has no consistency in life with pretty much anything, I start and stop a lot of shit on a regular basis. So, for me to take on something like this is a big deal, because consistency is not my thing. So anyway, I was journaling, and I started off, I was talking about how last year I got all the way to the final month of this fucking thing. All I had to do was run 30 miles a week for the last 4 weeks of the year, and I would have completed it. And what happened? Well, I fucking quit. Or I guess I should say I didn't finish. Towards the end of the year, I let a lot of things get in the way, and I used a lot of things as excuses for why I couldn't finish the last 4 weeks. And to think that I'd been doing it for 40-something weeks already and then let the last 4 weeks of the year just completely fuck me is unbelievable. It's unbelievable for me to think how fucking terrible I am at letting excuses justify why I don't have to do something, or why I don't have to finish something, or why I can just bitch out on whatever it is I want to bitch out on. So I got to thinking, I was like, man, I always find excuses for why I can't mainly run, but in general exercise. And that's what took me down last year. And so I got to thinking about it, and in my life, to be completely honest, geez, I just said in an episode like 2 or 3 days ago, we should never say that bullshit, to be honest, or I'm gonna be honest, and there I am saying it. So mental note, work on that. But in my life, there is no good reason for me to not exercise. There is no good reason for me to get to the end of any day and say, well, I just didn't have time today. That's completely fucking bullshit. As humans, we have a lot of damn time during our day. It's more about prioritizing our time to make sure we get the shit done that we need to get done. When I have a treadmill in my garage, that means that no matter what the temperature or weather is like outside, I can get my ass on that treadmill and I can fucking run. When I can get my ass out of bed at 4:30 or 5 or 6 in the morning and get the shit done before life gets in the way, and there's never anything that gets in my way of getting up early to do that, I have no excuses for not having time. There is simply no excuse I have in general on your average day for me not getting in a good solid hour or so of exercise, and mainly running, because that's my biggest thing. And I just wanted to bring this up today because I know that time is always a factor for all of us, and we always use the I don't have time excuse, and that excuse is just such fucking bullshit. It's actually an absolute fucking lie. We're lying to ourselves, and we're lying to every other fucking human being that we're telling we don't have time to in regards to exercise, or really whatever goal it is you want to accomplish. It doesn't have to be exercise. Exercise, running, that's big for me. Maybe you got something else that you use the time excuse for, but my message is this. Stop fucking saying you don't have time to do the shit you really want to do, and just get off your fucking ass and make it happen in those times during the day where you have time to do whatever the fuck it is. Because we have plenty of that. We have at least 1 or 2 hours out of every fucking day that we can devote to the things that are important to us and our own personal goals. I don't know a single person in this world that can say that that is not the case for them. So with that, mugs up. Oh, that was a quality slurp this morning. We'll see you tomorrow for episode 88 of the Mugs Up Show. You have fucking time. We love you.